Going to talk about titration. Titration will be slightly more challenging. Okay, you will need to use, so like what I mentioned, we cannot react the metal directly. Okay, so therefore there's this new method called titration. If you pay attention to the state symbols over here, you will realize that everything is actually soluble and it will dissolve inside. Okay, so it is actually very difficult to separate the reactants, okay, and also in order to obtain my pure sodium chloride in this case. Okay, so the only way is to make sure that I use the exact amount of HCl to react with the exact amount of NaOH so that I only get my salt and water left. Okay, then after that I can actually crystallize, or I choose to evaporate it to dryness to collect my salt. Okay, depending on the nature of the salt, whether is it thermally stable, you can decide whether to use evaporation to dryness. Okay, so for titration I need to do the experiment 2 times. Okay, the first time I will add a indicator. The purpose of the indicator is to help me to ensure that I can see the endpoint. Okay, the endpoint, which means that the indicator has changed a specific color, and I can repeat the entire experiment again, but this time without the indicator because I have already calculated the volume of maybe the acid or the alkaline that is required. Okay, so always remember for titration you need to do 2 times. Okay, then after that you can actually transfer to an evaporating dish, and then in this case if it's sodium chloride I can actually do evaporation to dryness. Okay, so titration you have to make sure that you remember that I need to use an acid or alkaline, or acid and a carbonate to react. Okay, and hope that you understand why we need to do it 2 times. Okay, so let's move on to the last one, precipitation. Okay, precipitation, I'm trying to make a insoluble salt. Okay, by now I hope you roughly guess why this method requires you to use 2 soluble substances. Okay, so if let's say I want to make this insoluble salt, okay, silver chloride. Okay, I'll need to use 2 soluble reactants. Okay, let's say if you think about it, if I choose to use let's say I want to use Ag2CO3, which is silver carbonate, and you know that silver carbonate is actually insoluble. Okay, if this is silver carbonate is insoluble, my silver chloride is also insoluble, it will be very difficult to actually separate them. Okay, so when I want to obtain an insoluble salt, okay, I will try to use 2 substances which are soluble. And in order to make sure that the reactants is soluble, okay, the metal I always pair it out with a nitrate because all nitrates are soluble. The second reactant, I can choose to use an acid, okay, because all acids are in equal state, so they are soluble, or I can pair it up with SPA salts. Okay, so for precipitation, based on the cation, you pair it up with the nitrate. The anion, I'll pair it up with SPA, or I just use an acid to help me to complete the reaction. Okay, so once you actually finish the reaction, okay, quite simple. I just need to filter, because when I filter I can get AgCl solid, which is my residue, straight away. Okay, the rest of the things will just remain at the filtrate. Then after I filter I can actually wash it with distilled water to remove impurities and dry using 2 pieces of filter paper. Okay, so in conclusion, okay, always remember step 1, you must always decide the method first. Okay, then you can suggest your reactants. Okay, so in summary, for acid reaction, you need to use acid plus excess metal or metal carbonate, or insoluble metal oxide or metal hydroxide. Okay, pay attention for 3 special metals which cannot react with acid directly: Au, silver, gold, Ag, silver, and copper. For titration, soluble salts, and it's only for SPA salts. Okay, finally, for precipitation, for insoluble salts, reactants used can be either a metal nitrate. Okay, of course, if let's say I want to use other things, like for example, I can use maybe I can use like silver sulfate is also possible, because silver sulfate is actually soluble in water. Okay, I'm suggesting nitrate is because I think it's easier to remember and it's a safe answer. But if the question restricts you to use a certain starting reactant, please follow the question accordingly. Okay, plus SPA salt or acid. Okay, so that's all for this lecture for salt preparation. And this last final slide is important. Please take note and you can write it down.